Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to write a cover letter for a web developer position. In this YouTube video, I'll write an example that can be used for front and back-end developer job applications. Once you are done writing your own version, I would advise you to download matching and professional looking resume and cover letter templates. Click on the link in the description for more information. Now before I get started, let me first emphasize on the most important writing tips for web developers. First off, use a generally accepted font and font size. Calibri, Arial or Times New Roman with a 10 to 12 point font size for easy reading will do. In addition, don't exceed the one-page document. Keep a word count of around 300 to 400 words and divide your application letter into 4 paragraphs. Secondly, make sure you address your cover letter to someone. Write a formal greeting such as Dear Mr. Richardson or Dear Miss Richardson. Unsure about the reader's gender? Then you need to write the full name, as in Dear Finley Richardson. If you really can't track down a contact name, then I would advise you to use Dear Hiring Manager or Dear Sir or Madam. Thirdly, showcase your unique combination of skills and experience and relate these to the key requirements in the job description. Show a clear link between your experience, knowledge, and abilities to meet the employer's needs. Fourthly, a cover letter is a supplement to your resume. And that means you need to provide context to skills listed in your CV. For example, if you claim to have HTML and CSS skills, then you need to substantiate these statements. What are key indicators that prove you actually obtain these skills? Perhaps you have a portfolio on GitHub. Either way, try to convince the reader. At last, write a unique cover letter for each job application. To increase your chances of getting hired, you need to customize your cover letter to each vacancy and company you apply for. The process is time consuming, but definitely worthwhile. Alright, that's it for the most important writing tips for web developers. Next up, I want to start writing the cover letter example. First you list your contact information on the left side. In between white lines underneath we put the date, and then the recruiter's name and job title, followed by the IT company's information. As for the salutation, we write Dear Mr. Richardson. For American usage, we include the dot after the abbreviation. For British English, you can leave it out. In the first paragraph, also called the introduction, you need to show your interest for the position and IT company you apply for. Let the reader know where you found it and try to convince the reader in one sentence that you are qualified to contribute and support their objectives. And after that, you introduce the reader to your cover letter. In the second paragraph, you shortly introduce yourself, followed by a motivation for the job role, field of interest, and/or company you apply for. Try to answer questions like, what makes you excited to work as a web developer? Or, why do you want to work at their company? Attract the reader's attention and show that you are in fact interested in specifically this job role at their department. In the third paragraph, you have to match your qualifications to the job requirements. Now don't restate your resume, but instead provide context, preferably with numerical or statistical information. So what have you achieved in numbers, statistics, or awards you've been granted? Now key here is to convince the reader that you actually obtained the necessary qualifications. In the last paragraph, you capture the essence of your cover letter and you let the reader know what you want to further discuss. And by doing so, you politely initiate an interview and give the reader an incentive to invite you. Thank the reader for taking their time and refer to your attached resume. Now don't forget to include your phone number and email so they can easily reach out to you. At last, you need to close in a compelling way, so kind or best regards, followed by your name and surname. Alright, so we touched upon the most important writing tips for front and back-end developers, and we actually made an example letter of around 300 words and 4 paragraphs. If you want to see this example and all of my other examples in text format, then visit my website via the link in the description. I want to thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will respond as soon as possible. Now if this video was helpful, then a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Want more introduction and closing paragraph examples? Then check out my other videos. Other than that, thanks again for watching and see you next time. Bye!